Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive. We're taking a closer look at the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, how it's working in 2025.
You know, a lot of folks think this is just for YouTubers,
Yes.
but it's really for viewers too. Like if you're subscribed to, say, Joshi Vaibhav,
Absolutely.
you want to know what's going on.
It's like having that secret decoder ring for YouTube, you know?
Okay, so we've got some great info
Yeah.
from the YouTube Creator Insider channel to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, what's the biggest misconception about how this thing works?
I think a lot of people think of it as like this puppet master
Yeah.
that's deciding what videos get seen and which ones get buried, but it's a lot more nuanced than that.
Nuance. I like it. So if it's not about like pushing certain videos, what is it about?
It's really about you, the viewer. The algorithm is trying to predict
No.
what you specifically will enjoy, not just pushing out the most popular videos.
So it's personalized.
It's very personalized.
Huh.
Yeah.
So less about those viral videos that everyone's talking about.
Right.
And more about what I'm actually going to click on.
Exactly, yeah. Your viewing history, the channels you've subscribed to,
Wow.
even the time of day that you're watching it, all kind of goes into this, very complex system.
So is it kind of like if I ask my friend for like movie recommendations?
Yeah.
They're going to think about what I like,
Exactly.
not just like the biggest blockbuster out there.
Yeah. They're going to tailor those recommendations to you.
Got it. Now, I know creators are probably listening right now,
Yeah.
thinking about things like click-through rate and watch time. Those are still important, right?
Of course. Of course. Those are important inputs to a much larger equation, though. YouTube cares about long-term satisfaction. It wants to keep people on the platform, engaged, happy.
Okay.
So a video with maybe a slightly lower click-through rate, but way more views is probably doing something right.
Okay, wait. How can a video with a lower click-through rate have more views? I'm not sure I follow.
Well, think about it. If a video manages to hook viewers and keep them watching, even if not a lot of people click on it initially,
Yeah.
it tells YouTube the content is really valuable.
Interesting.
So it's not just about the views, it's about keeping them there and engaged with the content.
So it's about the experience,
Yeah.
not just the initial click.
Precisely. And here's where it gets really interesting. YouTube actually surveys viewers about their experience.
Really? Never knew that.
Yeah, they directly ask people, did you enjoy this? Was it valuable to you? Did it meet your expectations?
That's fascinating.
Yeah, so they're not just looking at watch time and other metrics, they're trying to gather feedback to make sure the algorithm is serving up content that people really appreciate.
That's really cool. Okay, so we've got personalized recommendations. We've got YouTube asking us what we think. What else should we know?
Well, let's talk about something that's become really important. Multi-language content.
Oh, yeah. We see more creators adding dubs to their videos now.
Yeah, reaching wider audiences.
Yeah.
And YouTube has noticed that. The algorithm has been kind of redesigned,
Okay.
to understand that a video can actually exist in multiple languages.
So should creators try to dub all their videos into every language?
Well, not necessarily. I think spreading yourself too thin can hurt. Focus on dubbing a lot of your catalog,
Yeah.
about 80% of your watch time, in a few key languages.
So a few key languages, not everything.
Exactly. So someone who finds one of your videos in their native language
Yeah.
can then find more of your stuff.
Right. So create a better experience for those viewers.
Right.
Okay, now speaking of good experiences, let's talk about something creators go through.
Yeah.
The fluctuation.
Yeah. The ups and downs.
Yeah, those dips in views can be scary.
I know. It can feel like the algorithm just hates you.
Yeah.
But here's the truth. Ups and downs are normal.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So I shouldn't freak out.
No, it's all part of it. Okay. The YouTube ecosystem is dynamic. There are so many factors impacting viewership.
So what's the right approach then? Should creators just ignore the fluctuations?
I wouldn't say ignore them, but maybe instead of looking at daily ups and downs, look at longer trends, like monthly, quarterly,
Okay.
even yearly. It'll give you a better picture of your channel's overall performance.
So it's about looking at the big picture,
Exactly.
not getting spooked by the little things.
Yeah.
What about creators who are seeing a long-term decline, though? Is there anything they can do?
Well, it's about figuring out the why behind the decline. If you're seeing that long-term dip, it might be time to, reassess. Are you giving your audience what they want? Are you keeping up with trends in your niche? Are you engaging with your community?
It's all about adapting and evolving.
Exactly. YouTube's competitive. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, we talked about personalized recommendations, viewer satisfaction, multi-language content, fluctuations. What else?
Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked.
Okay.
The subscription tab.
Oh, the subscription tab. What's so special about that?
This is where things get really interesting. The subscription tab
Yeah.
is a pure chronological feed. Content from channels that the viewer is subscribed to.
No algorithm.
Zero algorithm interference.
Wow. So it's just a straight feed of the latest videos.
That's right. A direct line from creators to their most loyal audience.
Okay, so why is that valuable?
Well, you can think of it as like a control group for creators. By comparing how their videos perform on the subscription tab
Right.
versus everywhere else on YouTube, they can get a sense of how their core audience is responding.
Ah, I see. So if I'm seeing good engagement on my subscription tab, but my overall views are down,
Right.
maybe something's going on with the algorithm.
Exactly, yeah. It's a good way to see if the problem is with you or with YouTube's changes.
Oh, that's brilliant. So it's like a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, speaking of behind the scenes,
Let's talk about the big one, AI.
artificial intelligence.
It's everywhere.
It is.
I feel like, I don't know, it's a little mysterious, a little scary.
Right.
What's it doing to the YouTube algorithm?
Well, YouTube's now using these large language models.
Okay.
The same tech behind chatbots. It's like
Yeah.
having a superpowered brain,
Yeah.
trying to understand the content and the viewers better than ever before.
I'm intrigued, but also a little intimidated. Break it down for me. What does it mean that the algorithm is, like, understanding content?
Okay. Imagine this. A small language model
Okay.
is like a cook, rigidly following a recipe.
Okay.
They can follow steps, but they don't really understand what they're doing.
Right.
Now, a large language model,
Yeah.
the kind YouTube uses, is like an expert chef.
Okay.
They don't just know the ingredients. They understand how flavors and textures all work together.
So are you saying that the algorithm is becoming more human
You could say that. It's moving beyond keywords.
and actually starting to understand, like, context, emotions, the essence of a video?
That is impressive.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for me as a viewer? Am I going to get even more personalized recommendations?
Exactly, because it understands both you and the content on a much deeper level. It can connect you with videos that you might not have even known you were looking for.
That's awesome. So it's like the algorithm is my friend who has really good taste.
That's a great way to put it. It's all about using AI to create a better experience.
I like it.
A more human experience for everyone on YouTube.
Okay, so we've learned some pretty cool things about how the YouTube algorithm works. It's personalized, cares about whether we like the videos, it's figuring out multi-language stuff,
Yeah, definitely evolving.
and even using AI. But how can creators like, let's say, Joshi Vaibhav,
Right.
use this to their advantage?
Yeah, that's the question.
Because it's easy to just get obsessed with the numbers
Yeah,
and forget about making good stuff.
yeah, you're right. But I think a lot of what we've talked about already kind of leads to strategies for creators. It's not about trying to trick the algorithm or, chase every little trend that pops up.
I know some people still think they can, like, hack the algorithm.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you think about that?
Well, it's kind of like trying to outsmart a chess grandmaster,
Oh.
who can see 10 moves ahead. The algorithm is complex, it's always changing, so trying to game the system
Right.
is a losing game. YouTube cares about keeping people happy in the long run and giving them good stuff.
So the best way to be successful on YouTube is to just make good videos.
Essentially, yeah, make content people like and will watch.
Easier said than done, right?
Right.
It's so tempting to see what's popular and be like, ooh, gotta do that too.
It is, but how do you stand out in the crowd?
Yeah.
That's the real challenge.
How do you stand out in such a crowded place?
I think one of the most powerful things is to be yourself. Tap into what makes you unique.
So be genuine. Find your niche.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to be different.
Right. And remember how we talked about the algorithm understanding content on a deeper level? It means storytelling is more important than ever.
So it's not just about flashy visuals or, using the latest meme.
Well, those things can work, but they shouldn't be the core of your video. Think about the story. Are you hooking people in the first few seconds? Are you building excitement? Connecting emotionally? Giving a good ending?
So good storytelling is good storytelling.
Exactly, no matter what the medium is.
Whether it's a book, a movie, or a YouTube video.
Yeah. Focus on those basics, and the algorithm is more likely to say, hey, this is good stuff.
And recommend it to the right people.
Right.
And speaking of reaching people, multilingual stuff.
Oh, yeah, YouTube's global now.
Yeah. Creators need to adapt.
Definitely a big opportunity. But I get it, it can be daunting.
Yeah, especially for smaller creators.
Right. Especially those who maybe don't have the money to hire, like, professional translators.
It can feel overwhelming. Like, where do I even start?
Start small.
Yeah.
Even just adding subtitles in a few languages can make a difference. And then as you grow, maybe you can find other creators who speak those languages, or even experiment with AI dubbing.
AI dubbing. Is that a thing?
It's becoming more and more common. It's getting better.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not replacing human voice actors completely,
Right.
but it's a good way to see if your content will work in other languages.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
So we talked about quality content, finding your voice, storytelling, multi-language stuff.
Yeah.
What else can creators do?
Community.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Building community is so important.
Yeah.
Especially like online where it's easy to feel isolated.
It is, and it's not just about feeling good, it's a smart move. Remember, YouTube is built on human connection. So the more you engage with your audience, create a sense of belonging, the better you're gonna do.
So it's not enough to just upload videos and be like, hope this does well.
Nope, gotta be more proactive.
Got it.
Respond to comments, do live streams, polls, Q&As, anything that gets people involved.
Makes them feel like they're part of something.
Yeah, like you're building a tribe.
I like that.
And they will be your biggest fans.
Okay, so speaking of things that take effort,
Yeah.
analytics.
Data rabbit hole. I bet you spent some time there.
Oh, too much time probably.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get obsessed with those numbers.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what worked, what didn't.
I get it. Data is important.
Yeah.
But it's just one piece of the puzzle. Don't let the numbers control you. Don't let them stifle your creativity.
You're right. But it's hard. When you're trying to grow,
I know.
it's tempting to chase the algorithm.
It is. But if you're always doing that, you're going to lose sight of what made your channel unique to begin with.
You'll lose that authentic voice.
Yeah, exactly. So use analytics as a tool, but don't let it become your master. Trust yourself. Stay true to your vision. Remember why you started making videos.
That's a good reminder. At the end of the day, you got to be proud of what you're making.
Exactly.
And it's got to connect with your audience.
Right.
But even with all this, all the stuff we've talked about, there's still some mystery to the algorithm.
There is. It's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Learning, adapting. And that's good, actually. It means there's room for people to be creative.
Keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
And it shows that the algorithm doesn't totally control everything.
Right. We have more power than we think.
Okay, so what about viewers? Can we do anything to, influence those recommendations?
Oh, absolutely. The more you interact with videos you like, the more YouTube learns about your taste.
Okay.
Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all of that helps.
So it's like we're training the algorithm.
I like that. You're teaching it what you want. And on the flip side, don't be afraid to tell YouTube what you don't like. Hit that not interested button.
Right.
Unsubscribe from channels you're not watching anymore. And, give your feedback in those surveys.
It's a two-way street.
Exactly. The more you communicate, the better the algorithm can serve you.
So it's like a partnership.
Yeah.
Between us and the algorithm.
Yeah, collaborate.
Working together to make YouTube awesome.
Precisely.
This has been so helpful.
Yeah.
I feel like we really demystified this thing. And not only that, we've learned some stuff creators can actually do.
Right.
And how viewers can have a better experience on YouTube too. But before we wrap up, I'm curious about the future of all this. Where is it all headed? What's AI gonna do to YouTube?
Ooh, big questions.
Yeah.
I think the answers are pretty exciting. Let's dive into that in our final part after a quick break.
All right, we're back for the last part of our deep dive into the YouTube algorithm.
Ready to talk about the future?
Absolutely, yeah. We've been talking about how AI is making the algorithm smarter,
More intuitive.
It's starting to almost understand us.
It really is. It can predict what we want.
So where does this all go? What's the future of YouTube when AI is everywhere?
That's a big question. And I think the answer is, kind of mind-blowing. As AI gets even more powerful, the line between being a viewer and a creator is going to get blurry.
Wait, what you mean viewers will become creators?
Not exactly, no.
Yeah.
But it'll be less about those separate roles and more about an experience where everyone's involved.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Give me an example. What does that actually look like?
Imagine you're watching a video and you can like interact with it live, ask questions, get answers right there from the creator, or even the AI itself.
Whoa, that's like...
You could even influence what happens in the video.
That sounds like science fiction.
I know, right? But think about it. Say you're watching a travel vlog.
Yeah.
You could choose which places you want to see next. Or ask for restaurant recommendations right from the vlogger.
That would be awesome.
Or, like, imagine you're learning to cook from a video. You could change the recipe on the fly based on, like, what ingredients you have or your diet, or ask the chef a specific question about a technique.
Okay, my mind is blown. But how realistic is this? Is this really gonna happen?
Well, it might sound crazy, but the pieces are already there. Think about things like polls and videos, or quizzes, or those choose-your-own-adventure things.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
As AI gets better, those are just going to get more and more immersive, more personalized.
So creators like Joshi, Vaibhav,
yeah,
they need to start thinking about how to add this interactive stuff to their videos.
Definitely. The creators who are going to really succeed in the future are those who experiment, who break down those old walls between them and their audience.
And use technology to be more creative and connect better.
Exactly. It's not enough to just make good videos anymore. It's about creating whole experiences.
Building relationships with the viewers.
Yeah, and making them feel like a real community around your channel.
I love it. But all this AI stuff, I don't know, it makes me a little nervous too.
I get it.
Like, what about bias? Could the AI, like, manipulate us?
That's a valid concern. As AI gets more and more powerful, we have to make sure it's being used responsibly.
Right. It's not just about making it smart. It's got to be fair.
Exactly. It's got to be ethical. And that means a lot of people need to be involved. Engineers, of course, but also, you know, ethicists, people who study what's right and wrong, policymakers who make the rules, and of course, the whole YouTube community.
So the future of YouTube isn't just about the technology, it's also about us talking about it.
Absolutely. Having those open conversations about how to make sure AI is used for good.
And if we do that, if we approach this the right way,
yeah,
YouTube can be an amazing place, right?
It can be. It can be a place where everyone feels welcome, like they belong.
And where people can connect and tell their stories.
That's a great vision for the future.
I love that. This has been a really fascinating conversation.
It has.
We learned so much about the algorithm, not just how it works now, but even what it might be like down the road.
It's amazing, right? This platform we all use, there's so much going on behind the scenes.
And I think what I'm taking away from this is it's not about trying to trick the system.
Nope.
It's about understanding what makes a good video, what makes people want to watch and engage.
It's about making content that matters.
Exactly. So for all the creators out there, remember to stay true to yourselves.
Yeah.
Build those communities. And keep making amazing stuff.
Absolutely. And to all the viewers. Keep learning, keep watching what you love, and don't be afraid to try new things.
And of course, if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Joshi Vaibhav.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
It's been great exploring the world of YouTube with you. Until next time.